I'm currently making a laser sentry gun, which is going to be controlled by a computer mouse. And basically, I wanted to make this video to document the first, steps in making this. I actually started this project about maybe say 6 months to a year ago. Honestly, I don't remember. But I've resumed work on it, and I wanted to document my steps. So basically, what I have currently is a sentry turret, which is controlled by 2 stepper motors. And the way the script works is that it takes an input, it takes the mouse input from my computer, and it converts that to an absolute value of the mouse on the screen. So it basically takes the position of the mouse on the screen, and it sends that input to the Arduino script, which then converts that to motor movement. And it's kind of complicated. I won't really explain the script too much, but that's basically all you need to know. And currently we have planned a laser to be mounted as the actual gun, or actual shooting mechanism. This is not going to be the final product, obviously. This is still a prototype. But we're going to use this in conjunction with a video camera to essentially have the field of view of the turret, and then we can track the laser on the screen. And then basically my plan is to stream the video on the computer, and then you basically have the mouse moving around the video screen, and then the turret should match the location of your mouse in real space, right? And this is actually not as complicated as it might seem. The most complicated part about this is probably the code. And we can always get the good old GPT to do that stuff, because honestly, I'm not too fluent in coding. I mean, I know how to code, but I'm not very good at Python or Arduino, whatever language Arduino uses. I think it's some C++ish type stuff. But anyways, let's go over the design real quick. So as you can see, we have a prototype here, and this is the design that I am currently in progress of making. But basically, this prototype has a few design changes. So this, you can see here, I've already printed this part, but this basically gives it more stability, because when you look at it, the design basically only has 2 securing mechanisms for these 2 pieces. This cylindrical thing, which is attached to a bearing over here, and the motor mount, right? So these need to be very stable in order to keep this going at high speeds, right? And essentially the motor is mounted here. This gear, I think, is a 1:5 gear ratio, and basically it spins this thing, which is the entire rotating mechanism on the x-axis, or I guess you could call it the z-axis. But the y-axis rotation is on this gear, which is attached to this motor right here. And essentially, it rotates this gear, which is attached to these little arm thingies, which then attaches to the main laser mount. Now this is actually something I cooked up literally today. So the laser, it's like a simple laser pointer. So the laser pointer is gonna go in here, and essentially I have designed these these clamp things. These are very common. I don't know why that's there. I'll fix that. But we have these little clamp things that you can basically put a screw in and tighten it in case it's too large. Basic mechanical stuff here. And I mean, other than that, the design is not that complex if you break it down into its constituent parts. But overall, I think it looks pretty good for a prototype. And I will be documenting the processes, so stay tuned for that. Alright, let's run the test here. So this is the Arduino script. Let's turn the power on. And so we have to run this Python script, which is, as you can see, this is basically tracking the movements of the mouse. And so if we zoom out here, so As you can see, it might be a little hard to see here, but this is actually moving by the mouse's command. Hold on. I'm gonna add this clamp here. Alright. And as you can see, the latency is pretty good actually. Like it could be better, to be fair. It works. And now all that needs to be done is to hook it up to a video camera and then basically stream it to the computer.